All right. Let's see. We got a lot happening today. Yesterday was an amazing day. We had some crazy plays yesterday, and crypto was going up. So along with crypto, well, all the crypto related stocks went up. So like these guys were pointing up. So of course, at the same time with them, Coin, Mara, Riot, BTBT, and many others were also going up. Today we can see obviously crypto is on a downwards trend. This is the roller coaster ride you take with crypto every day. So today, those stocks are most likely going to be on their way down. All in all, though, they're fun to ride because it's almost like a 100% prediction value there, right? Because you once you see already that crypto was on a downward trend, you know for sure that things like Coin or Riot or Mara and even Hut, which I own a couple shares of, 100 shares of, they all start to just go down with it. Similarly, they also go up together as well. So, it's a pretty nice and easy trend to follow and succeed with. Other than that, of course, we have our list of power stocks, AMD being the power stock I've been trading heavily. So let me see now. For today, we've got the list right here. Right, so some stocks, if you're looking to do some quick day trades, as usual, same list I print out every day for you guys. Just a different list over here, of course, for today. Every day it's a different list. Remember with these green boxes, as always, that you want to enter at that entry price and you want to try to take your profits at every 20 cents because these are unpredictable. They might go up or they might fall down. And then as far as the options are concerned, so you can see right here, all the options you can play with. Whether to do a call or a put really depends on whether or not a certain price target is broken. So AMD has consistently for the past few days been breaking high price targets where it's been then climbing after that. Yesterday again it broke an all-time high, and we want to see what it does today. It might continue on to even breaking that all-time high, or it might be on a downwards trend today. You never know. So you want to watch for certain prices to break. If it breaks through a certain price, that's when you know. AMD, I've actually been picking up call options on every end of day. So like yesterday I picked up more. Wednesday I had picked up a bunch, and in yesterday's live video it was an instant profit because yesterday morning AMD just flew. It skyrocketed big time. Been watching Apple as well, so you never know. Apple's another one that I've been keeping my eyes on. This morning we saw plays with, of course, BYSI. This was another one that was good yesterday. We could see pre-market action on SCR over here. So this one I was playing, I picked it up, I think it was 6:30 a.m. I picked up some, and I was able to ride it up to 33 and then sell it. So it was like a quick pre-market day trade. I always send out alerts for pre-market day trades as well, so you definitely want to join in. This is because I'm a doctor, so I'm usually up pretty early, and as I'm doing my online rounds on patients to see what data was entered for them overnight, these are some of the alerts I sent out earlier. So you can see right here the pre-market alerts: SYRS, METX, ENSC, SCR. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. So you always want to make sure you have your stop loss. This is true for pretty much any time you're ever trading any stocks, right? And then you want to work with these price targets. And remember, let's say you picked up, for conversation's sake, let's say you picked up 100 METX, right? And maybe you got it at 0.65 or 67, whatever. Now, if it hits 0.71, you want to trim some of it. Maybe you want to sell all of it, and that's fine too. But you could trim some of it. Maybe sell half once it reaches 0.71. Sell another half when it reaches 0.74, and then leave a little bit to keep running all the way and enjoy the profits, right? So that's something that is a very nice, clean trading habit that you want to kind of build yourself into. So these were some pre-market runners that were flying up. Another thing that's always awesome about pre-market runners is you want to see if they're going to crash after the market. And if they are going to start crashing like around 10 a.m., 9:30 a.m., then you want to see if they have put options you can grab real quick, and that often works out really well. As always, I'm always getting new people watching, so keep in mind that my channel is dedicated to bringing everything to you guys for free. And yesterday I mentioned that a good goal we all need to be working with is to just earn $1,000 a day profit. That's all you want to start out with. It's not that hard in the stock market. It really, really isn't. So follow me on StockTwits, subscribe to the Discord server. The link is in the description, and subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get notifications when I go live. When I go live, I try to share everything so I can set you guys up before 9:30 hits. Yesterday when 9:30 hit, my AMD call options, instantly made 1,000, and then I let some of it keep running. I picked up more and I let it keep running, and AMD was still flying. So this is the kind of stuff you want to get into, slowly building that up, right? There's at least 20 days a month to trade in, right? And if you made $1,000 a day, then 20,000 is pretty freaking nice for a month. That's unbelievable, right? Even after paying half of it away in taxes, because the day trader has to give half of it away in taxes, that's still $10,000 a month, which is more than the average income. So you want to make sure that you just learn to be happy with what you do make, right? So those are some of the pre-market calls I was sharing earlier. And then right now, today, I'm going to continue doing my thing with AMD. We can also see that Square has their earnings today. Now, earnings are weird. So this is today's Thursday. We've got Moderna, which has been flying heavily, and all the COVID-related stocks are flying heavily. The COVID vaccine-related stocks. So we got Moderna and Regeneron both here. Those are both big pharmaceutical industries that will be giving their earnings before opening. If either of them tanks, which often happens even with good earnings, if either of them tanks right after they announce their earnings, then we want to jump in on them and grab call options for them on their way up. So right here we can see like Moderna is already on the way down, but look at it over the last few days, right? It's jumped from 340 to breaking 430, right? So it's been pretty insane. Keeping an eye on PayPal as well has been doing pretty good. It's trying to recover back to its glory days right here above 300. So I want to ride this up above 300 again if it's going to do that. So I put notes up here, right? So like I want to break it. I want to see it break 283. Then I'll try to pick up some call options on it. If it breaks 283, I'll keep the call options going and it could gap fill and make it back to 300. So that's what I like to use this upper spot here to just have my notes so I can keep it all on the same screen, and it's obviously easier that way. Even with this many screens, it's really hard to work with. I've got the main laptop, my main curved screen, and then a secondary laptop to look at the stream and everything that I'm doing. But even then, like I have multiple tabs open just so I can look at all my power stocks together. So like these are some power stocks I'm watching today. Right? My power stocks list has been basically a list of stocks that consistently have been flying. Right? Consistently have been flying. And they don't miss. They do not miss. But it's still easy to mess up. Like if you pick up a call option and you let it go up, look at this day. And Moderna on this day was crazy. But then on other days, it can sink by the end of the day. So you want to take your profits. You never know when it's going to do a quick 180 and start going the wrong way. Right? Be very careful with that kind of stuff. Let's see what we're seeing here. And on my Discord and on my YouTube in general, the goal is to share calls from all the different Discords I follow. So I pay and follow a bunch of different really good Discord servers that I'm very happy with the calls from them. So I try to grab their ideas, share them with you guys, and then bring it all in, and we can kick ass like that. Right? That's the major key aspect of things. And I tested them out. I've been watching all their calls, seeing how they're doing, what they're trying to announce, whether or not they're succeeding. And pretty much everyone that had a really good success rate I've maintained, and they're the ones who I continue to share calls from, sharing any ideas from, and stuff like that. So keep an eye out on the alerts from me, because every time they alert stuff and it's really good, I go ahead and share it. So MU, looking at how it's been doing, like I'm gonna wait. So oftentimes what's happening, has happened a couple of times live with the stream as well, is that as soon as it hits to 930, the line goes down like crazy, and then it starts flying big time. So I usually try to have like my call option ready. Right, so let me just click on trade options for pretty much all of them, because I don't buy the stocks, I do their options. Just so we're ready. And Hood's been crazy. So Hood actually made it out of the hood, which is a joke everyone's using. When they had their debut and they just go ahead and got listed, they started sinking a little bit, and everyone of course hates Robinhood and wanted to shit on it. And of course, we all don't really hate Robinhood per se, but we hate the guy and we hate the system and the company in general, right? But the app is pretty decent. It does the job. I have to use the app because it's actually the easiest app to stream on. For streaming purposes, it's perfect. There's a lot of empty white space and whatnot. But you can see on the left right here, I have TD Ameritrade open as well, Thinkorswim, because that app is obviously one of the best, undoubtedly one of the best trading apps in the world. but I don't have enough funding in there to day trade yet. So I'm treating that one as a little account that I used up. I have one day trade left on it for today, so I might use that today. Yeah, that one I'm trying to treat as a little account that I'm going to grow. Right, my Thinkorswim is going to grow from 1,000 to 25,000. That's what I'm going to be working on, that one, and I'm not going to add any more than the 1,000 I added in there. And that's my little goal for my server as well as for myself. I want to see if I've been able to gather enough information to be able to grow that $1,000 account to a $25,000 account over some time, whatever time period it takes, such that it becomes a day trading account as well. And Robinhood I'll continue using because it's just easy to stream on. There's no personal information on the screen, so that really helps. Like with the TD Ameritrade account, it has a bunch of personal information there that obviously idiot asshole people out there could utilize in some way. So you never know. You don't want any of that out there. But yeah, in general, like a lot of stocks have been going crazy. Now Etsy was another one. So Etsy yesterday, everyone was hyping it up because it was such a big option call right there, right? Call option play, huge jump. It went from 189, and it started creeping upwards, and that's when you knew, okay, it's breaking 190, it's breaking 191, right? And then you're like, all right, this has broken the target prices. So now you get the call option. You pick up the call option when it broke 191, 192, ride it all the way up to maybe 200, 202, and then it starts falling, so you sell it, right? You sell it. It goes up to 204, 205, it starts falling down. You sell all your contracts, you take your massive gains, and then you relax. And look at what happened at the end of the day. Yesterday, right after the market ended, it just sank big time back to 177, which is freaking awesome for us because now we can go ahead and take that same ride up again. As you can tell, it loves doing that ride up. It loves, that ride up to 200 is something that it really enjoys. So I'm for that. I'm here for that. 177, I'm going to enjoy that ride back up and take that profit. Let me look at trade Etsy options. So MU options right now. Excuse me. Well, okay, here we go. So let me just analyze this real quick. Been on a pretty nice positive trend going from 76 to 82 today. It hit a high of looks like around 83. So I would say I would want to try out call options for this today. Probably go with the 83.50 one or the 84. Either one looks pretty good. All of these look good actually. We could try 85 as well because it's cheaper. So I'll see what I do. We still have another 15 minutes before it gets any closer. So more calls coming out. I'm just trying to check what everyone's saying, get it all together in one place, and then we start kicking ads as soon as the market hits. And remember, at the end of the day, I always pick up more call options to swing. We've actually swung MU call options one time over the weekend, which was also a massive hit of plus 600-700 the next morning. $1,000 a day. That's all you want to aim for. You get that. Once you start doing that consistently, you're making $1,000 a day. You start then trying to bump that up to more. Right? Even with all these monitors, it never ends up being just enough. So I have my laptop here too, just to look at a few other things. I'm starting to think I'm going to have Discord open over here from now on and get another mouse for this laptop because it's so much easier to look at it like that. Alright. NVAX way too overpriced, so we won't be doing any options on this, but I like to look at NVAX to understand where this is going. All right, NVAX, even though it's expensive, I wouldn't mind trying to pick up some of these. You see, like, this is half the price of what's over here, right? If it's going to be doing its thing again to come back to 300. Remember, what now that the Delta variant is out, everything that happened initially with COVID, a lot of those become possible again. So you want to make sure you're ready for that. Thanks a lot, Manoli. I really appreciate that, man. Look, this channel is something I'm trying to grow into, like, the next thing, right? Because no one is out there sharing things for free. Everywhere, all I find are Discord servers that are charging for monthly shit to bring you calls about what stocks they're going to be trading, what options they're going to be trading. I try to grab everything. I pay them. I pay for all the Discord servers that I think are worth it. Grab all their calls and then just share them for free on my YouTube channel as well as on my own Discord where I don't charge anything. So, go ahead and please join that Discord server so that you can actually see how valuable it is to get all those all that data for yourself. It's just not worth paying for it, though. I really don't think that this should be something you have to pay for. I have another YouTube channel with like 30K subscribers on it where all I do there is really just teach medicine because I'm a doctor and I love teaching. And I've always thought that education should be free as well. So, I teach for exam preparation for the USMLE MD stuff for free. It's just how it should be, right? And I share this stuff for free as well because it's just so much fun. Like, honestly, I'm a big time gamer as well, and stocks always feel like playing games. It's freaking epic, especially once you can actually day trade and you have enough funding available to day trade. Man, you just keep scalping things. It's pretty epic. Pretty epic stuff. I'm really glad to hear that, man. I'm glad I was able to help. Yeah. Options are scary to people, oftentimes, and you'll often hear people say, oh, don't do options because you can lose a lot of money or whatever. I like to say I do safe options. I do options where I'm at least 99% sure. Like, literally, I can't really put a legitimate percentage to it, but I'm pretty damn sure it's going to go up. Or if I do put options, then yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to go down. And the way I get sure of it is if I see 3 to 4 other Discord servers that I literally pay for, all saying the same thing, then it's pretty reassuring, right? That's a pretty good feeling. But yeah, safe options are definitely key. I agree with you. Yeah, and that's another thing. Do your homework, right? So this is what you want to kind of grab from all these servers. They are the ones that do the homework. They check everything. They present you with graphs. They tell you all the data. Now you can go ahead and do a quick check for yourself as well. You can open up FinViz. You can open up StockTwits. Right? All of these free resources that are out there. See what people are saying, what the sympathy looks like, what the details look like. If there's any news articles on FinViz, you care about that. And then after that, you're done. You just go ahead and, like right here, you can see, right? So you got FinViz, you've got StockTwits, you see what people are saying. And oftentimes, a lot of people here share articles that aren't on FinViz. You got the stock screeners, FinScreener, you've got trending stocks to see what's been happening. This is how the day ended yesterday. So AMD was all the way up there. Moderna was all the way up there. And you can see, of course, the day ended with them skyrocketing. So they were really, really successful. And then, of course, you go ahead and check calls or puts. If you have a paid subscription there, you get even more data, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you don't need to spend money to actually get information. I just share it all for free on my Discord server, get it all out there. Transparency is also key. You'll often see a lot of these Discord servers be like, oh, I made 700% profits. But did they, though, or was it just a 700% gain on that stock? And then they're saying they made profits because they never really, and I don't know all of them. Some of them, some not so much. Excuse me. Okay. Some of them do live stream. Some of these Discord servers do live stream. But when they live stream, they're really just sharing their data and talking about their theories, not actually buying and selling things. So that's the part that, gets me. And that's something that you want to watch out for. So it's often pretty scary. Let me go back to my other set of screens. So I've got some AMD calls. I'm waiting to see what it does. I have the 125 call for this morning. As soon as AMD starts flying, that's going to turn big time green. Reshape Life Sciences had another jump. It always jumps. here's another lesson for a lot of you guys, right? So if you have a stock that you're seeing has jumps, let's look at like, we'll stick to the 1 week. So you can see this went up to like almost 440 right here, right? Keeps coming above $4. So that means that you want to buy it whenever it's down here. So anytime this stock is very close to 350, you want to pick it up. Reshape Life Sciences has been actually trending a lot in the last 2 months, and it just keeps scalping back up. So it's a safe buy, right? A lot of stocks have safe buy periods, and since I'm an MD, I specialize in the niche of just looking at medically related stocks that are doing big time research or clinical trials that are going to skyrocket any day now. So AMD, for example, you know, they made the hemopurifier that's able to actually clean out COVID viral particles from your blood. They skyrocketed when they first announced it, came back down. If we look at AMD right now, AMD right now is at 548, which is literally right where I would kind of want to pick it up. I have my note here that I would want to buy it around $5. And if you look at it, you know, it trends around that period, right? It just trends around in that period zone. That's like the usual average for it. The lowest it goes to is 366. The highest it goes to like 586. So you want to buy it like at a $5 period. When they first announced their article, they jumped from 2 to 10. So, you know, next time that hemopurifier becomes successful in actually clearing out COVID and they publish another article, you'd already know it's going to start skyrocketing to $100. And plus, I said when they announced this, I said that the hemopurifier is probably a device that they can most likely manipulate to actually help other viral treatment as well. MTP, they made a monoclonal antibody injector. APRE, which was a P53 reactivator. P53 is something that actually helps you fight against cancer, and that thing is something that they're working on. If they can reactivate P53, they can help you fight cancer, and that'll of course be another one that'll boom. So for each of these stocks, I have prices written here of where I would want to buy it and where it went to when I heard about it, because I usually hear about them after, of course, they made the announcement and they boomed, right? So I take notes, I save it there, and then I keep checking up on them, and I know when their next thing is about to come up, roughly, because when they first announced here, let's say they announced like phase 2 trial success, right? I know that it'll take at least another 3 to 4 months before phase 3 trial is even remotely announced with any like success or any results. So I check up on them. You know, I'll check their website. I'll try to see if they have any announcements. Almost all companies that have clinical trials have a website where they actually talk about their articles on their own. Like they'll share their data. Of course, they want funding. They want people to buy it, right? So it's like a business. And that's what I do. So I've lately been checking on APRE, AMD, and as well as ATOS. ATOS is trying to make something new for breast cancer treatment. So if they can do it, then that'd be wonderful. In other news, AMC, our favorite, has been dying, right? So that's freaking epic. This was beautiful for put options. This is literally what you want to look for put options, right? Literally every morning, look at what it's been doing, right? Every morning, it's like overnight it goes up. Then as soon as the day starts, dies, right? Yesterday also just kept dying, right? This morning we're seeing it's up a little bit. Is it going to keep dying? Because if it keeps dying, it would end up being below 30, which is very rare for AMC lately, right? Like it's at an all-time low. So today it's either going to continue dying, which is not so likely in my opinion. I think that what it's actually going to do today is it's going to try to come back up towards 40 again, right? That's what AMC does. It's a roller coaster ride between 30 and 40 lately. So we want to watch for that. We want to see if it's going to be climbing up. Usually these options are pretty cheap. I'm done buying stocks for the most part. I've bought AMC many times. I think I sold it at 60 twice. Let me check that real quick. See, lately I've just been doing options for this, but like right here, right? So we're looking at more option calls I've been doing on it, picking it up, selling it, but limit sales. Yeah, so I sold it at 60. I sold it at 60 here. I sold it at, yeah, that's usually, that was it. That was the one time it actually got 260, and that was pretty fun. That was epic shit right there. And then after that, it's really just been about contracts and learning about it in terms of contracts, and it's been pretty epic. Not much to lose, so I try to be very careful. This is a very volatile stock and unpredictable in the sense that it's not really going up because of anything else but people and their sympathy or their fun. It's not like AMC invented new things in the movie theater industry. So you want to be careful with such things because it's whether or not it'll fly, it's really just based off of basic sympathy. Someone just shared something right here. So AMD 113 area bounce for calls. Okay. So I'm gonna take that announcement someone just made, put it into my own server, just click enter, and there it is for everyone, right? So the announcement that I got from one of these multiple servers I follow, this one is my medical server, this is my AmirStocks Live, which is my the thing we're looking at right now, my stock server, and this is what came out for today. So Roku, Apple, Nvidia, Facebook, AMD, and Crowd. So I'm going to go ahead and open up tabs for those guys on my other Power Stocks Robinhood page right here and get it popping. Let's see, Apple, Crowd. As soon as 9:30 hits, the AMD calls I already have should start flying up pretty well. Oh, Crowd's already been crazy yesterday. Okay. So what are you saying, Crowd? 261 or 262 bounce for call options. Okay, it's already pretty high. Let's see. Gotta see if it falls because you don't want to buy until after it's done doing this little bounce. Pick it up when it's low. Okay. Two more minutes and we get in there. How much are these options looking at? It's pretty. Oh, okay. Pretty affordable. Both the calls and puts. Really looks like this is probably going to be a put type of day though for this. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, AMC is slowly creeping up. We got 1 more minute to go, and then we kick right into it. Let me just open up my phone because it's easier to look at everything in the same place. By the way, speaking of phone, if you guys don't know about things you can write off as a day trader on your taxes, your phone is one of them. Even if you don't actually use it for trading, as long as you have the app there, which almost everyone that day trades has it there, it's something you write off on your taxes no matter what. Always write off your phone. And phones are pretty expensive these days, so write that shit off. Save your receipts. If you bought it online, you have that receipt there. If you don't have the receipt online, you can always call them to get it. Right? Call Samsung or Apple, whoever it is you bought from, have them email you the receipt. Write off your internet. Obviously, no one can day trade without it. Right? A lot of things you can write off on your taxes. You want to be ready for that. And there we have it, our morning bell. So let's see what's happening. AMD falling down. 116. We want to watch it jump back up. Here we go. So I'm looking at my list of power stocks on the same page at the same time, just to see which ones are actually jumping up. Because oftentimes when I try to open them over here, that list often gets really messy looking. So these are all the power stocks that I like to Look at like WHLM is jumping up right now. Okay. Facebook is dying. Apple is dying. AMD is waiting for that bounce. I love when AMD starts on a red day, because then when it starts flying up again, it flies up pretty damn hard. Pretty damn hard. Days early. Pfizer also I've been watching. Pfizer's been climbing because, again, COVID. I'm gonna grab some calls on that later on as well. AMD. And after this it all gets crazy. So now people are going to start going ahead and jumping on with all their calls, things to buy, things to sell, what to watch out for, and so on and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back in there, get onto the server so I can share things as it happens for today. And then as we skyrocket, we'll see how this turns out tomorrow. So yeah, thanks a lot for joining right now, and I'll see you guys later on.